Like when they say it takes a village to raise a kid, it takes a village to do just about anything. And that's where you guys are really, you have an impact on each other that you don't really know about right now maybe. You know, see these kids I'm telling you about that sat behind me in school, they don't know that I'm going around talking about how mean they were to me in high school. It's only in the last 6 months I've stopped using their names in my presentations. Because I'm like, oh yeah, the internet, it's going to get back to them someday, and then I'm not going to feel good. Because, you know, they're not like that anymore. I'm sure if I saw those guys, I wouldn't be like, you were mean 20 years ago, so I'm not going to talk to you. You know, but you don't really want, I would hope that you don't want to end up being that guy in somebody's speech someday. Or that girl in somebody's speech. So I want, you want it? You want to be that girl in my speech next time who wasn't quiet during the presentation? So I'm going to tell you this story that I've never told in public before, and it's kind of intense, but I think it tells you a lesson that I hope you take away about the impact that you can have on people, whether you know it or not, and you don't know it at the time. But I was around 22, 23, and I was working as a waitress in Berkeley. And, you know, doing my job, people come in, buy a hamburger, I'm just myself, you know, this is my personality, kind of friendly or whatever, and there was a guy and a girl, and just like any other day, took their order, maybe cracked a joke or two or something, and about 2 weeks later, the woman came back in, and she said, I was like, oh, hey, how you doing? And she said, hi. Do you remember me? I was here with my boyfriend like 2 weeks ago. And I said, yeah, because this was a vegetarian restaurant I worked at. I said, yeah, and he was all afraid to try a vegetarian burger. And I was like, yeah, I totally remember you guys. And she said, well, he killed himself the next day. And like, how do you react to that? You know, and I said, I'm so sorry. And she said, I didn't come in here to tell you that to make you sad. I came to tell you thank you. Because you made him laugh that day. This is intense. I've never told this in public. You made him laugh that day. And he wasn't laughing a lot right at that point. And, like, I wouldn't know what to say to that now. I certainly didn't know what to say when I was 23. But it showed me. And it showed me every time I think about it. I didn't do anything to make that guy laugh on purpose. I didn't think I'm going to be one of the last positive interactions that he has before he makes this really horrible decision. I was just taking their order for a hamburger, you know. So that is really intense, and it works both ways. You can have the opposite, negative effect on somebody with something that you say, or, you know, years later you find out that you made somebody's day and you had no idea. And I think it's really important. You guys are very powerful to each other, and you know, I take these experiences from when I was your age, you know, and how mean they were to me and how bad that felt, and I can only imagine it's multiplied by 1 million now with the internet. I mean, your capabilities for being mean to each other are astounding to me, and it scares me because just as easily you could be nice to each other with the technology that you have and the power. You have so much power with those cameras that you have. It blows my mind, and it scares me, you know, and I want so badly for you not to have the same experiences that I did. And it's up to you guys. So, you know, when you talk about targeting tomorrow, which is the theme of your conference, and that means, isn't it? Yeah, target tomorrow. That means so much because it's your potential for running a business, for starting a business, for working for somebody else, which is equally as important. You know, we can't all have our own business. We can't all work for somebody else. We need the balance, but it means like what legacy do you want to leave? Do you want to be the kid that's in somebody's speech about how mean people were to each other, or do you want to be like, wow, there was this one kid that was really cool to me. I mean, I could tell you, there was this one kid that was really cool to me. His name was Teo. I will drop his name. I wish so badly I could run into him on Facebook and tell him thank you for how, you know, he would just be really nice, and that that makes your day. So if you take nothing else away, I wish for you good hair, of course. But I wish for you to be nice to each other, because it makes a huge difference. So I'm open to question and answers for a couple minutes, how much time we have, I don't know. And are there any questions about anything? Well, almost anything. Yes.